Hey, how you doing? Duff here. It's Friday night. I'm on the one wheel. Guess what I'm going to do? Once again, there's a lot of threatening clouds all over the place, but we're going to risk it. So last night, after work, I went to the school and met up with Daniel and Katie to let them try out the one wheel and the Meepo, because neither of them really had tried either thing yet. I actually had both of them wearing safety gear. I relayed the story of how I cracked the back of my head on the pavement 3 times learning the basics of the one wheel, so both of them wore safety gear, which was a first. It was very nice. And as expected, they both did very well. No one fell. Daniel picked up the one wheel very quickly. Katie was more cautious on it, but she was fine and did a good job just doing easy circles around the lot, doing easy turns as well. But Daniel, who has a skateboarding background, he really loved the Meepo. I put it on to advanced mode, so he had a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, and he just loved it. He had like no learning curve whatsoever on it. He was just off and going, zipping around the lot. I'm sure he was doing 20 plus easily, but he loved it. He loved it so much that I'm pretty sure he's going to buy one. I actually rode very, very little during that. I just kind of just watched them and gave a few pointers, but they didn't really need many. They both did very well, and I'm not surprised. So, still getting a little frustrated with future motion and the front foot pad sensor issue. As I reported, ever since putting the brand new pad on that I bought, front sensor pad, the board's been 100% fine. I haven't had the sensor act erratically one time. It's been perfect. So I relayed that information to John and via email, and then 2 days passed and I did not hear anything. So I've quickly learned that it seems like the only way you get activity out of future motion is if you call them on the phone. So after not hearing anything for a couple days, I called them today. You already know who answered the phone. Of course, it was John. So I said, hey John, it's me again. Still waiting for a response. Sent you an email, sent you the information you were looking for, haven't heard anything. And he said, oh yeah, okay. And he looked at the ticket and he said, oh, well, I got your information and I forwarded it to the text, but they have not responded back yet, whatever that means. So I reiterated to him how, with my own money, I paid for a new set of pads and I installed them and they're working perfectly. So I am 100% sure that there's something screwy with those pads, the factory pads, and I want replacements. So John said, oh yeah, I saw you did that, and I'll reach out to them again and just see what's going on. And I'm like, okay, well, you do that. At this point, I just want a replacement pad sent to me. It's pretty simple. So I think we're right around the 2-week mark so far with this pad issue, with the warranty pad issue with future motion. So we'll see how long it takes. But I can't say I'm very impressed with future motion tech support at this point. Did I mention that I'm running again? I don't remember. Or maybe that I just assumed you knew. Yeah, I'm going to the track and I'm going to try to get another 13 laps in. Should be fun. As far as the 18L goes, I got an update from Jason that the replacement pack from KingSong is supposed to be there, I think, on Monday. So hopefully next week I'll have definitive answers if the problem is fixed or not. Looking forward to that. I'm not sure if it'll be any harder or easier riding the Meepo, or I'm sorry, the one wheel after running as compared to riding the 18L last week, but I guess we'll find out. Definitely have to use my lower body more when riding this, it feels, so it might be a little bit more challenging. Another one of those gnat swarms. Gnats must really like this area for some reason. My shirt is like covered in gnats. Unbelievable. Perfect every time. Alright, I feel probably more achy and less in the mood to run than last week, so I can hardly wait to get started. That was brutal. Oh my God. It was about 45 seconds slower. I'm sorry. Yeah, about 45 seconds slower overall for the distance. And I could tell, man, that was a struggle. Way worse than last week. And I could feel before I even got started that was going to suck. I didn't hydrate very well this afternoon. So I wasn't really thinking about doing this until late in the afternoon. My right IT band has been troublesome. Like I said with my lap thought process recap last week, usually the aches and pains are pretty much numb or go away by lap 3. I was still feeling this on lap 7. So that never helped. And that is that. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, I was so tired that like around lap 10 or so, I actually had thoughts going through my head of like, hey, maybe I should pack it in here. You know, as I've gotten older, you know, obviously everyone knows about getting tired. You know, you feel tired, you do something strenuous, you get tired. As you get older, you know, maybe it's just my mind, but sometimes I start to worry about getting dangerously tired. And that's kind of how I felt towards the end of that run. But of course, the drill sergeant in me said, you know, don't be a wimp, get to it. Only 3 laps to go, just finish. So that's what I did. Slowly, but I did finish. But at my age, I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, I have to be cognizant of that kind of stuff. There's plenty of people that I graduated with that are around my age group that are no longer with us, passed away for various reasons, but heck, I know some guy I knew from the gym a couple years ago that passed out doing heavy shoulder shrugs in the Smith machine. I think he was not even 50. I'm so tired, I'm even riding the one wheel slow. Oof. You might remember when I was learning the one wheel, the basics, those kind of obstacles, like those ramps hitting them not 100% square, the way it would like throw the board around, that would really throw me for a loop. As you can tell, I've gotten better at handling those. I just basically just try to keep my ankles loose and just let them kind of wobble over it, and before you know it, you're past. And yes, I know you saw me running one direction and finishing a different direction. Well, I started to run and then I realized that I was going the same direction as last week. With running the track and with my IT band issues, I tried to reverse direction each week. So I'm doing equal damage to both sides. So that's why my direction was reversed. Going back a slightly different way to avoid that gnat swarm. Going back into a waterways. Back in waterways, and then we'll be getting back out onto a Monty Road. Part of this, I probably need to eat something before I'm going to run at night too. Because with my weird schedule, I actually eat my lunch at 10:45 a.m. So I have roughly an hour for my food to digest before I go to the gym at 12 o'clock. So I haven't really had any substantial food since before 11. So that could be another factor. And right now it's, I don't know, 6:30ish, something like that. I apologize. It's 7:04 p.m. Oh, for those of you that are into numbers and are tracking my workouts on a spreadsheet somewhere on the internet, last week I ran that at a 9:22 pace. Today it was 9:39. Again, reflecting my lack of energy. Oh, and as far as what's easier to ride after running 3.5 miles, I'd say it's a toss-up. EUC and one wheels, both don't feel great after you're on. I'm cruising to like 11, 12, and that feels like plenty right now. picking up the pace in the no bike lane section. As miserable as that was, though, it feels damn nice to not have to worry about doing it the rest of the weekend. Damn nice. Don't forget, this Sunday at 8 p.m., Marty and I are doing another EUC live stream, and we are going to be joined by a third person, our first guest. So be sure to tune in for that. And also, I just got notice that our podcast has been accepted on Google Play. So if you are an Android user, you should be able to just look for like Marty and Duff's. Just look for Marty and Duff. That should probably get it for you. It's called Marty and Duff Electric Unicycle Podcast, I believe. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. Almost there. Almost there. I didn't get rained on, and the skies actually look very beautiful right now. It's a win-win. Success. Sweet success. Alright, well, thanks for coming along on my ride and run again. Not sure if this will be an every week thing or not. We'll see. Who knows? I might get sick of doing this. Who knows? If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, found it interesting, helpful, informative, please give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, and ideas below. And until next time, definitely now. Where's Elsa?
Here, what?
Surprise?
Huh?
Surprise she didn't come see me.
She was back with me.
Oh, hi, baby.
But I'm the one that's who?
What's that?
She was her mom,
You know. Good girl.